Director for Charlotte Health and Neurology, and this is Rachel from Bright Sky Nutrition, one of our wonderful dietitian partners. And she's here with me because I bring a question from the fitness center, a pressing issue for some of the folks that I work with, because, you know, fitness is just one part of deep health, of taking care of brain and body. Obviously, a lot of people who are working with me in the fitness center, who are coming in here to the clinic, are making nutritional changes. That's why you're an important part of the picture. That's why you're here. And so she's been really trying to add a lot more vegetables, some more beans, really want to increase that fiber intake. And there's some unpleasant side effects that happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've heard of that. I haven't heard it in the fitness center.
That's good.
Right? Although it does happen. We're human beings. We're bodies.
It's just one of those things.
Biological functions happen. But she was asking me and wanted to pass the question on to you as the food expert. Is there anything that we can do as we are changing our diet? We're adding more vegetables, maybe more beans and legumes to try to get that fiber. Fiber is really important. Is there anything that we can do to lessen those side effects?
Yeah, we don't want those side effects.
Yeah, they're a little unpleasant sometimes for folks.
Beans, I hear that as well, and definitely with vegetables, because we really encourage them to focus on getting maximum nutrition, getting their micronutrients in. And so really my best advice as they're increasing their vegetables is to start slow and, you know, not try to go get it all in one bang, but, you know, small increments. Like your goal could be just a half a cup a day if you're somebody who doesn't eat any vegetables. And maybe start, my second, other than serving size amount, is also how they're prepared. We tend to tolerate them better if they're cooked. So instead of having a big salad, you know, maybe sauteing some squash or zucchini. Seems like we can tolerate those without those side effects of gas and bloating.
I see. Better. I didn't know that. Which is great because, you know, sometimes it's easier to, for example, to eat like a lot of greens, but maybe you put them in your eggs and cook them up and kind of cook them down.
Yes, cook them down. Yeah, kind of break down that fiber a little bit. That'll help us digest it a little bit easier. Yeah. I love the salad kits at the store. That's one of my go-to, throw it in your cart because it's so quick, it cuts down. But you could still get those, the ones that are more cabbage and kale based, but just saute them first instead of adding them to your salad. And I think you'll tolerate those a lot better. That's what I found with my patients. They do a lot better with those.
And I have a lot of eating stories. We talk about food a lot in the fitness center.
We love food.
Fitness, food's one of my favorite topics. They do. Yeah. You know, I think you're right. I think we try to do it all. We're supposed to eat all of these vegetables and all of this fruit. I've got to flip a switch and make it happen. And your body's just not used to that. So one of the other people that I work with, she found a recipe for a vegetable, superfood smoothie. And I think she was telling me all these vegetables that you're throwing in and you're juicing. And she drank it. And it just, everything just cleaned her out. It was so, she doesn't want to eat another vegetable ever again.
It kind of went against her whole goal.
Yeah. And that's what happens.
And then you don't want it to be a setback. You don't want to be discouraged. So that's why, So I'm sorry
I know. I felt so bad.
Miserable.
It is miserable, and we don't want to be miserable. This journey is all about feeling better, living life well, feeling good, having tons of energy. And so I love that advice to just let's do small increments. The same thing with exercise, right?
That's what you encourage.
You don't start. You don't just get up one morning and decide, you know what, I want to get healthier. I'm going to go run a marathon.
Yeah.
Right? You don't do that. No. That would feel awful.
That's too much stress on your body. Yeah.
You might go out and walk a mile.
Yeah. Right.
Start there.
Yes. Yeah. Be successful at that 1 mile. You know, be successful with adding a half a cup or a cup of vegetables a day. And, you know, I think that goes a long way for, you know, showing yourself that you can do these harder things when you're successful. Yeah.
Yes, we can do hard things.
We can.
Now, I'm going to ask you, and I don't know if this is true or not.
Okay.
I've heard that if you're cooking beans, if you buy beans in a bag and you soak them, that helps with some of that gastrointestinal noise.
Yes, I think that longer soak, as long as you can, would be best.
Okay.
Yeah, to kind of break that down so you can digest it better.
And then you can cook them up like in your Instant Pot or whatever, and it's super easy.
So, yeah,
Okay.
you're good about cooking beans.
I am sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I like Rachel sees me eat lunch a lot, and I
I'm
like
always
to
jealous of her lunch. It looks fabulous.
I love to make falafel, and to make the
Yes.
falafel, I
Yeah.
soak the chickpeas.
Yes.
You soak those from the dry, and you soak them. And the cool thing is at least for the chickpeas, I can't speak to any other bean, I don't have to really cook them before I grind them up and put all the other stuff in there. So hopefully that's helping from a digestive perspective because they're soaking all day.
Absolutely.
You rinse that off, and then you
are in the recipe you have, which I love because Pamela shared it with me. You put everything in your blend. I have like a Ninja blender, right? A food processor,
right?
And that also, digestion starts in our mouth as we start chewing, and those enzymes break down food. So that's an added step is in that blender. It's already doing the work for you. So that's already kind of pre-digestion for you. So yeah. And another thing that's really cool too that I always share about, I'm always good about encouraging people to cook more at home. And I think it was in Michael Pollan when he talked about Cooked on Netflix, and he was saying how really cooking your own food helps you digest your food better, because as you're cooking, you're smelling, your mouth starts to salivate, versus if you go stop somewhere and get fast food, your body hasn't prepared for that food. So you're not digesting as well. So I think that is also an encouragement. So the blender, mixing everything up, and then you're standing there cooking, all those are steps that's preparing your body for digestion.
Oh, that's perfect. So if we're trying to eat more fruits and vegetables, we're trying to get a little more fiber, let's take it slow.
Take it slow.
Take it slow, one step at a time. Cook the vegetables.
Yes.
That helps breaking it down. Maybe soak the beans if that's a problem as well. And then make your own. And slow down. You're right. Digestion starts in the mouth.
Yeah.
If you're not slowing down and chewing, that's going to lead to problems too.
I mean, I have to be conscious of that, of slowing down.
Me too.
Everything's so fast paced and you're getting on to the next thing. But chewing your food well.
Chewing your food.
Yeah, your grandma was right. You should chew. Josh's grandma used to count how many times they would chew their food, and she would call you out.
Oh, I'm so glad nobody's calling me out or counting.
No pressure.
If you're experiencing just a little gastrointestinal distress, a little what is it? Beans, the musical fruit. If you're experiencing any of that,
which my boys don't have a problem with that.
Oh,
right?
no.
They're proud of it.
They're proud.
That's actually one way to get to your kids to eat the beans, is to tell them that.
Be proud. Make some
right.
noise. But if that's not you, that's okay. We're just gonna slow down. We're gonna take baby steps. We're gonna cook those veggies if needed. We're gonna soak those beans and make the food yourself. Try to cook at home a little more.
Yes.
So hopefully you found these tips insightful. It might not be as scientific as you normally get from Dr. Charlene, but I think it's really good practical advice.
Tips. You can start today with those tips.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining. Thanks for being here, Rachel.
Thank you, Pamela.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.